Hey guys, welcome back to Group Connect You for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're looking after yourself. Now a positive start to the week wherever you are. Yes, I didn't drop a video upload and today we're dropping a video upload quite late today. I've been quite busy with real life, getting ready with the new passport and etc. and all the information needed for real life and updating my passport. So it's been keeping me busy for the last 2 or 3 days, but hopefully having a better time than me. It's been quite stressful experience doing it overseas for the first time. Anyway, we are back on my account today, and I wanted to talk about a epic champion that can help you counter in a meta when we're talking about P versus P. And when we're going to talk about this champion with this meta, you might have seen her showcase before in the past and talked about her in the past, but she's definitely back on the arena meta, and she can help counter some of the champions right now that you might be having a hard time with, like a Hegemon or a Calvalax, for example, or even just general speed teams. If someone is faster than you, she can fit in many areas as well. And I've been using her a little bit myself lately in Classic Arena just for lazy farming, where I could just go up against speed farms and just kind of throw in all of the counters to them and watch it, let it have fun. So we will be showcasing her today and we will talk about her in depth. There's a few ways that you can build her, which again I'll go into for the video for today. So you guys might have seen her. She is accessible champion in for endgame players, so she's a void epic. And we're going to talk about cardinal. Cardinal is basically the one and only void epic. She's the only one that can do this job of what she does and why she can counter Calvalax and etc., which we'll go in today. And we're trying my best to showcase it. I am on a lower end of arena right now, as I've been quite busy with real life, so I'm not being able to farm as much as possible. So it's all about her revive. It's on the 510 cooldown. She'll revive all allies, heals them by 20% of their max HP, and boosts their turn meter to max. Basically, it's like a non-stop go. She has got really good base stats across the board, and I'm going to showcase today and how to build her and suggesting the relics as well, and what kind of champions will be ideal with her as well, which would be great to kind of see on what is what. So let's get into it then. Um, let's go ahead and jump into arena and let's do some showcasing with her. Now you can use her in live arena, and I will try and drop a video in the next few weeks, maybe me dropping her in a couple of live arena fights to kind of showcase her. So you can see here we're at really low. We're going to be looking for certain teams, kind of just throwing in a defense which I do need to take away right now, so I can stay low and basically farm the coalition event, which is basically what I'll be doing. But she's a counter to speed teams like no other, and that's what we're going to showcase for today. So we're going to go into this and we're going to use some accessible champions uh, that you guys might be have. So we're going to be talking about nukers, the ideal nukers. So ideally nukers will be tap-based nukers that you can use with her and nukers that will work really well. So I think Ronda is built. So let me go ahead and just check Ronda's gear. She is naked. There should be a preset. So let's have a look what we've got sitting around. 250 speed, and you could drop the speeds all the way down with her. So you could definitely use like nukers that are not so used on your account so frequently, right? He-Man again could be another one. As long as he's dying to them, then we can kind of do it. So who else do we also have? I guess someone could also go in that role. Someone can also revive himself anyway, so he's going to be a different situation. We're going to take a attack aura because that's what we care about, and then we're going to just probably like come in and blitz it. I'm hoping we'll see a Calvalax on the way as well. So the reason why she'll count Calvalax is because she should be built with high resistance, and there is a few ways of building her, which we'll talk about building her a bit later on. We want to try and avoid lockout champions as well. I've gone ahead and used Stone Skin on on my nukers, which I shouldn't be using Stone Skin. So again, we'll have a look at that in a second. We basically go in and blitz them. So let me go ahead and prepare some nukers that are not exactly top tier, who won't be in stone skin, so I can kind of make them work a bit better. Alrighty, so we can also use something like this as well. This is something we're gone ahead got in. Nishak is in here for basically bombs to deal with whatever. They shouldn't have any stone skin or anything like that. It's just he's one of the few nukers I don't have in stone skin who might be quite good to run as well. We'll wait for them to do their kill. Obviously, my Nishak is really, really fast, so that is a bit of a bummer. Will come in and we should die like so. And now we just need to deal with this which is possible. Oh, he stripped my stone skin, which is really, really annoying because now we should die, which is gotta be a 3%, surely. So let me try that again because my cardio has 900, just under 900 resistance. That's definitely a 3% at its best. There's no way that this should be able to strip stone skins. Let me draw up Nishak again. Maybe we can come in. Fabian's really, really fast. Let's come in with Catraxia as a no-nuker. She should be in a finite build, right? Where it shouldn't be too bad overall. Raining quite heavily in Indonesia right now. So again, let's go ahead and again, see if we get 3%ed again. Then we get nuked. Okay, so we don't lose Catraxia for some reason, but hey ho. See if we get 3%ed again. We don't. We're gonna get these up. Now it's our turn to do our stuff. We get polymorphed. Love it. Like so. So lockout champions might be something you might want to try to uh, counter. So we can go ahead and maybe do like a high reset champion there, but he will get the W. Let's go up against Marius actually, because Marius could be a interesting one. We'll put him in a lead this time because Armads will cheap us, but we'll see here because the Lady M might put up accuracy up for Armads, and Armads might be able to get it, or the Marius might be able to get us through that as well. So it'll be something we'll see. There is a few people who can counter us through some bits and bobs, but there isn't many. So we'll see if we survive that. We do. And now it's our turn to cause some havoc. So we'll see. We'll take our Armads first. We'll come in and do the 8-3. And then Foley is going to come in and clean this up. We'll go for the block revive. And there we are. All right, so this is going to be the next team. We're going to bring in a strip champion to deal with them as well because we need to some type of strip champion. Now, someone could be an issue with the surplus damage. That's one thing you have to take in consideration. We should survive everything else. Now, obviously, you can also add a relic for this as well. Now, we should be able to go first as long as we don't get polymorphed and strip off all these stuff on here. Obviously, my mouse is pretty strong. I actually changed his build because he's not in stone skin build, so I put him in his chimera gear, which is not really arena gear, but it will do the job there. So that was pretty nice. I'm gonna find another speed team now that we can kind of look at to take on, which is kind of quite meta. So I guess actually we have this one here. So we have a good speed team here, so they should be faster than us. I'll be very depressed, very depressing if they're faster than us. My Maris is kind of too fast for this comp a little bit because Maris is around at 200 something. Now, a lockout champion could be a issue for us, and that's something we have to take into consideration because they will lock out our nukers. Now, they won't be able to lock out her, or shouldn't be able to anyway. Let's say have like accuracy up, right? Because we have 900 accuracy. Obviously, Fabian actually kind of counters our us here a little bit here, but we can go ahead and get it off. So we've got 3 nukers against that True Fear. That True Fear could be a factor of a win or lose, I guess, right? So that's one thing as well you need to take into consideration. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find another kind of like meta team that we'd normally see, where we can try. Maybe I'll try and look for a Calvalax in some situations as well. Okay, so I did see this type of team. It's a very budget speed team, basically with Lamassu. But you can see here we've got some of the best arena champions in this meta right now. So we will start off with that. Can we survive the accuracy up and lockout? Let's have a look if we can. Okay, so we survive the lockout and etc. And we should be able to cut in before this Odin because we have a full 10 meter. So we're just going to go A1. And then you see here, actually, unfortunately, a little bit lucky with the Odin passive. But if it wasn't for Odin's passive, we would have kind of got the W here. So this will be a little bit of a bummer. We do actually have Enfeeble there, so we might survive slightly, potentially, overall. But at least we had enough resistance to kind of deal with the teams with that. Can we get that? No, we get True Feared instead. And then, yeah, there we are. So we will get the W here, which is great because this will get a W because we were just better. So again, nice, pretty solid team, speed team. There is a couple of counters to this team. There is nothing perfect. We do have a strong speed team here as well with increased accuracy. So we might get locked out here. This is fairly decent built Yumiko, and we should get locked out. There is certain things that we can potentially do, like in adding a resistance lead. So there is a few people have resistance lead. Obviously, Lydia kind of comes to mind when I think about resistance lead. You have Necrid, Warlord, etc. So yeah, there's a few options. I can also get my resistance over to 900 overall. So maybe there's just a naked champion that we can throw in for the just for the resistance lead to potentially try to resist this. So again, maybe we'll drop Mr. Thingy here, and then we'll bring our Prixnil. Let's see if Pixnil actually has any use. Where is she's gone? Pixnil. Wasn't she level 50? Thought we took her out of the vault. Pix. No, I didn't take her out of the vault. That was a bit Irish for me. Let's go to High Elves. I think I spelled her name wrong. So Pixnil. She's that bad. She's hiding. Okay, let's try. I want one that hasn't got gear. Okay, cool. Let's try this and see if we can resist this accuracy up. Now, if this accuracy up does land the cardio, then we do get resisted. Okay, so we didn't have enough resistance, which is one thing you have to take into consideration. Now, Georgie can be a problem, but I would talk about Georgie in a minute because, like, Georgie can ignore Stone Skin. There is a way that you can counter Georgie and He-Man and etc. very quite simply, actually. So we don't have enough resistance for that, which is fine. We do have now here, which I would test out, but the other ones would overpower us, like the Gizmac, because Gizmac would break the Stone Skin with that. Okay, so we have a +4 Hegemon coming in here. Let's see if a +4 with Kraken Roots, sorry, a fully awakened Hegemon, he might be able to break the Stone Skin. This is going to be a very rare occasion where someone will be able to break the Stone Skin. If a Hegemon is built correctly in this meta, then he should generally break it. Who was we using? Sorry, it was a Foley. Now I know it's only a 2-man defense, but I kind of just want to see if if a +4 run that and they fully awaken break the Stone Skin. Okay, that says it all about that Hegemon. Oh yeah, sorry, this is the 9-piece Merciless doing its job in arena. Okay, so the Hegemon didn't even get close, right, to Mawa Stoneskin. Again, we have an OSP team here, which is quite a really, really strong team. We have a Torment as well. I don't think they have enough accuracy, even with the Lady M's accuracy, to kind of do anything here. But I really want to kind of showcase the strength of this. Well, his team is really Irish, because he's built it backwards, which is a interesting one. So even he got 2 turns. That was a bit odd. That's gotta be the mythical relic or relentless. Okay, cool. Now we get our turn. We do get freezed. We won't buff up to avoid being freezed by Mr. Torment, and then Folio will come in and do this. Block revive is obviously something you need to be careful of. Not a lot of people use block revive right now in this meta because it's kind of a bit meh, right? So again, we have a team here. As long as Nishak is faster than Amarius, which he should be, we should be able to resist this whole team. The only way we might lose is if Fabian locks out the whole team, which is something we'll test. Now, we have got a lot of damage incoming, so we will take quite a bit of damage. But again, my build is kind of not finished, right? I haven't added any relics, which is not ideal for this like meta kind of we're working on. So we'll go ahead and go in. Even with accuracy up, he hasn't got enough accuracy to land the bombs, right? And again, if you can't get the resistance like I can, then I will speak about other things that you can do in the build to make it better. So we do only have the A1s available because we've been locked out, which will be something that we'll work on. Okay, we wasn't able to get the W here, I don't think. Okay, so Foley does go ahead and kill him. I don't think that he has enough to kill us, even when we lose the stone skin. He's gonna get polymorphed, which is lovely, jubbly. Got a little heal here. Also gets cleansed. He gets provoked on a sheep. We do get weak hits here, and we're also resisting the Fabian. And we get a turn, please, when you are ready. Should be able to go straight through this. Oh, just by whisker he survives. That's fine. Us dying here, this is fine. He's going to get extra turn from that. The sheep gets petrification. Okay, there we are. Instant turn. Drop a mortar meter. Freya's passive doing its job. Great champion as well. Freya is going to wither us down very, very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and heal. So you can see that we're putting in some graft here against the work. You can see that in a normal arena fight, you'll generally be, in a live arena fight, you'd be very happy. And then we'll go ahead and finish this off. Marius is really, really OP with the cardio, especially with that. We'll go ahead and cut it off here. Then I guess we kind of showcase the team already. So we're kind of like already dealing with Marius, which is really good to see. We can try and take this team on as well. And I guess this will be the last one that we'll go, and then we'll go have a look at the builds, and we'll talk about some different ideas that you guys can kind of do to help counter some of the counter assists, which would be the He-Man, the the Georgies, the Mezamals, etc., to kind of really help you guys and give you the advantage that you really want. So you can see here, Marius just doesn't have enough to deal with the Stone Skin strip. Let's have a look if she does. She does indeed, but then we don't have enough overall. Then we're going to revive. Everyone now will get a turn. Go ahead and do that. The reason I didn't do it at A3 is because I'm avoiding the one submissive. And then we're again coming in and cleaning up. So you can see here, pretty smooth. He-Man can delete us right now because I haven't got the counter on for us. But yeah, let me go ahead and get a build up, and then we'll talk about the counters that we can do to help make us more successful in this arena meta. Okay, so now with relics inside Raidshadowlegends, there's a few ways that you can be building your cardinal, and with epic empowerment as well, it's really easy now to kind of get the gear to kind of get her to the next level. So let's talk about a few things. So first of all, let's have a look at her stats. We have reasonable HP, reasonable defense. We do need a bit more HP, but that can come from ascensions and stuff like that. I was a bit lazy with the ascensions as well, so really hard hit Inuka could be a problem for us. Then we have resistance coming up at 888. Generally, 700 resistance is a good marking point for most things. Again, kind of some like this, right? You want to try and go to 900, which I will talk about in a few ways to try and help you get that. Obviously, blessing really helps. You can see the empowerment comes here. Now mine's only a +3, so +4 will give me another 10 resistance. I think it's 10 or 15 if I'm not mistaken. We have a Guardian Faction that's full, which is another 15, and then Mastery is coming in with 72, and then a Max Great Hall here, and then Artifacts coming in with 600 resistance overall as well. And then she has a base resistance of 30, which is quite low on this. Now, you can see here, I've got one piece of reaction, and 6-piece stone skin. There is a few ways that you can build her. Now, you could go if you're struggling for resistance, you could actually go 4-piece stone skin and 2-piece, a 4-piece feralt and 1-piece reaction. Ideally, you get some reaction onto your build, especially if you can't run certain relics, which we'll go into in a second. And the reaction is really, really good. Now, the old school build would be 6-piece stone skin, high resistance, tanky, slow as possible, and then triple reaction, which is still available, viable strategy as well. Overall, is so you can see here we're coming in with a resistance banner, with resistance ascension, and then HP across the board. We've got the HP boots with HP percentage and resistance as well. So again, these boots do need a bit more love. Let's see if we can get some here. There is a Sand Devil tournament going on right now, so I'll look for HP or defense on there. So yeah, there's a defense which will take us up a bit more. Then ideally a resistance ascension here. I've been a bit lazy and cut corners because I'm near my target of 900 resistance. I can also get more resistance as well now by using the top tiered lifts as well, which again I could get towards 950 resistance overall. So you can see here that this is a really, really solid build. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Again, no relics. Now, there is a few relics that you could do. And as you can see, I haven't got a lot of relic materials overall. So I didn't have much available. Now, I would recommend using this one from the clan group. It's an epic one. Once you get it, you will not maybe have it at the moment, but in the future, you will attain it. Take this up to like level 9 or 12, and this will give you massive chunk of resistance. When this is fully maxed out, this will give you 96, and then the wearer's resistance increases by 2% for every 5% HP lost, and that can be pretty vital as well. And you can get some Termita gems as well to kind of help with Termita and etc. as well, which will be really, really strong on her. So that's probably like the most budgetable relic. I actually think that right now the best relic on her overall would actually be Aspect of Seraph overall. So I've got 3 Aspect of Seraphs coming in. Now with Aspect of Seraph, you can win 2 circle gemstones here. I'm personally gonna put Aspect of Seraph on her as a relic, and that's when I'm gonna start running her in arena. Now the reason why Aspect of Seraph is the stone skin will stop the turn meter being dropped, and then Aspect of Seraph will help counter champions like Mezamal. Maybe not Mezamal actually, because she has a double hitter, but someone like He-Man and Georgie who will get countered by this. And again, I won't need to run reaction with this relic. Overall, it is a legendary relic, and at some point you will get one. There is probably better champions that you can pull it on overall, but once you get a few of them, then you could run like that. But you would need reaction if you haven't got Aspect or Seraph, and that's one thing to take into consideration because champions like He-Man, surplus damage, etc., can be a problem for you then overall. So that's one thing to take into consideration as well. Now, if you are using Aspect of Seraph as well, there is a couple of gemstones that can really help you. as well, which means that the ignore defense is 12% less effective against this wearer. So champions like Marius, etc., will do considerably way less damage as well. So that can really be helpful as well if you can get them gemstones right. And there is a few others as well that can help you as well on the other side as well. You can also use some gemstones here to gain additional 30 resistance against like champions like Armance, for example, with like sheep ability and stuff like that as well. Maybe Hannah Creation could be another option as a relic to help you against lockout as well. But if you have enough resistance, then it's fine. I would like to add that the Ferald is going to be better against champions like Gizmak, but against champions like Null, it won't do anything once you run out the stone skin overall. So that's one thing you need to take into consideration, and you'll need to think about the nukers that you take with her as well. Let me show you the masteries then, and it will wrap up today's video. Now, for the blessing, I'll be honest, I wasn't too sure on the blessing. I do feel like Cage Breaker is a solid blessing, especially if your resistance is kind of low. Um, I think also Colin Presence can help as well if you're not running any legendaries to increase your damage, uh, your damage aura, like the attack aura, etc. as well, which could be the two ways that I would probably recommend to go. Or you can go something like Instinct, which will turn Termita, etc. as well, which could be an interesting one, or Mercy Heal as well. If you can get some blood shield on her, potentially that could be a option. Personally, that'd be the way I'd go there. Then for the masteries, this is what I'm looking at for the masteries. So we're gonna go with Spirit Haste for extra speed, obviously Unshakable, and then all this Termita stuff as well, and then some bits and bobs in that as well with HP and healing. And I guess that's about it. I'm pretty happy with the build. I have got a very stacked account, and she's the only epic champion I've actually built because I feel like she could add something a bit different with my roster. There is some solid champions inside my roster as well that could be really, really lethal with her, like Lazarius, Carnage, Emberus. Like, there's a lot of good of them there. They're all in Stone Skin. It kind of gives me like a go second option as well. I feel like if I'm going to lose a speed race, I don't lose many speed races on my account, but there is always someone out there faster than you, right? And that's one thing we need to take into consideration. And you can never have too many options as well. This was leftover gear that I had sitting around, so I'm pretty happy with it overall. As usual, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. We'll be dropping some more live arena content from tomorrow. I do apologize not dropping live arena videos the last 2 days as well, and I don't drop them on the weekend because normally I take it a bit easy, but I will be looking to try and get back to schedule with that as well. I know it's been a bit of a hit miss this season with live arena, but it's been really busy schedule for me overall. As usual, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.